get direct questions. So prepare accordingly. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So basically we did bank rate, we did repo rate, we did reverse repo rate. No, we didn't write about reverse repo rate, right?
Yeah, ma'am.
Today we have to write with start with reverse repo rate. Okay. So basically now, ma'am, what is reverse repo rate? You already know that when I have, for example, when I have good amount of money, okay, I will deposit that money to you because I have extra money, right? And in return, you have to pay me interest, right? So when see, always what was happening, basically every time commercial bank was giving this interest to central bank, but now opposite is happening. What is happening? Central bank is giving low, interest rate to commercial bank. So that interest rate is known as reverse repo rate. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So you will write reverse repo rate. After writing this, leave 8 lines like repo rate, and then reverse repo rate. So when the commercial bank have surplus means extra funds, they can deposit the same with the central bank and earn interest. Okay. The rate of interest paid by the central bank on such deposit is called reverse repo rate. Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Oh, so you can write it down.
Done, ma'am.
Hello, Mariam. Is this like, I think you have entered some other class? Hello, Mariam, can you hear me? Yes. This is the economics class going on. So do you have the economics class? Yes. So that's why I think you entered some wrong number. Sorry, not wrong number. No, wrong link. So you can check your link. Okay. Bye, Mariam. Okay. Okay. So Janab, let's just start.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, yeah. Next one is fourth, market operation. Okay. So in market, what you will do, either you will sell something or you will buy something, right? So open market operation it refers to purchase and sale of government securities in the open market. Okay, and who is going to sell or who is going to purchase? Central bank is going to sell. So open market operation it refers to purchase and sale of government securities in open market by the central bank. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can write it down.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now coming to LRR. Okay, so LRR you already know. What is LRR? It is legally, you can write the definition, whatever you wrote in the previous thing. Okay, so what is LRR? It is legally compulsory for the commercial bank to keep certain amount of their deposit with the central bank, and that fraction is known as legal reserve ratio. Okay, so legal reserve ratio is basically of two types. Okay, one is your CRR. Okay, and one is your SLR. Okay, so it is of two types. So first CRR and second is SLR. So ma'am, what is CRR and what is SLR? So CRR is cash reserve ratio. Okay, the full form is cash reserve ratio, or you can say minimum reserve ratio. Okay, and next SLR is basically statutory liquidity ratio. Clear? Clear, Jana?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so LRR you already know that it's legally compulsory for the bank to keep certain amount of their deposit with the central bank. So that is known as LRR, and LRR is of two types. First is cash reserve ratio and statutory liquidity ratio. Now what is the difference? So cash reserve ratio means only cash is accepted. Okay, and here cash, gold, securities, anything can be accepted. For example, you are earning 100 rupees. Okay, and it is compulsory for you to keep 20 rupees with me. Okay, so if I am asking you to keep CRR, then I will only accept cash. I will not accept anything. So if I'm asking for CRR, then you will give me 20 rupees. It can be like 10 plus 10, two notes of 10, or it can be like 5, 5 plus 5, 5. But I will only accept cash. Okay. But if your LRR is SLR, okay, SLR, then for example, you have to keep 20 rupees with me. So what you can do, you can give me 10 rupees cash and you gave me a gold chain. Okay, the cost of this gold chain was 10 rupees. So you gave me cash plus a gold object. Okay, so this was accepted, right? But in cash, if I will ask you to give me CRR, then I will only accept cash, no gold, no security, nothing. But in SLR, if it is SLR, okay, LRR is of two types, CRR and SLR. So if I'm asking you CRR, then you will only give me cash. But if I'll ask you about SLR, you can give me anything. You can give me cash, gold, silver, anything, any securities, I will accept that. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So fifth one is waiving legal reserve requirement. Okay. So legal reserve requirement is the fraction of the deposit of the commercial bank, which is legally compulsory for them to maintain on two accounts. So it can be of two types. So if you want to write this legal reserve requirement, reserve, I think this one is good, because it is requirement. So legal reserve requirement is that fraction of deposit of commercial bank which is legally compulsory for them to maintain in two accounts. So they have basically two accounts. One is for CRR and one is for SLR. So first you will write this legal reserve wala and then you will write CRR. First, then you will write the definition. Okay, and then you will write only cash is accepted. Okay, and then you will write SLR B. Then you will write cash, gold, government securities. Everything is accepted. Everything is accepted. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first write LRR. Thus, legal requirement is that fraction of deposit by commercial bank which is legally compulsory for them to maintain in two accounts. Then A, CRR, this, and then only cash is accepted, and then I'll scroll it down for SLR.
Ma'am, done.
Now you will write SLR, this, and cash, gold, government securities. Okay. Everything is accepted. Done, Jenna?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, what's this cash, gold, then government?
Cash, gold, government securities.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Thank
Okay. Just write it down. Everything is accepted.
you. Then, ma'am.
Okay. Now we are done with qualitative. Okay. Now we will discuss everything like when inflation happens, what happens. Just remember the cycle. Okay. And if you are going to learn one cycle, then you are going to do everything. Okay. There is a story behind that. For example, there is a story now when prices will increase, then what will happen? Nobody will purchase it. Right. And similarly, this is a story. Okay. So here also it's a story. So you just have to remember one story. You can relate it with everything. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay. So first is bank rate. So now what is bank rate? It is the minimum rate at which central bank of a country give loans to the commercial bank to meet their long-term goals. So what is happening basically? This is a minimum rate like the interest rate. Okay. So when there is inflation, like everybody is demanding a lot. Okay. So what will happen if everybody is demanding? Then what I will do? I will increase the bank rate, right? Because whenever I can see that lots of people are demanding, so I will increase the price, right? So I will also increase the rate. Just understand this, then I'll explain you. Okay. So what happens? Bank rate is increased, and because of this, the rate of interest increase. Okay. That means your credit is costlier, and because of this, demand for credit reduces, less money goes to economy, purchasing power is curtailed, aggregate demand falls, and excess demand is corrected. Now, ma'am, what is this? The whole story. Just remember the steps, that's it. Okay. For example, this is a shopkeeper. He is selling chocolates. Okay. These are the people. Okay. So earlier, what was happening? Okay, not let's just not take the example of shopkeeper. That will become this. Okay. For example, this is a bank. Okay. Bank is giving loan at 10% rate. Okay, this is bank and bank is giving loan at 10% rate. So what happened? Lots of people came that I want loan, I want loan, I want loan, I want loan. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 people come that I want loan, I want loan. So I said, okay, because everybody came. So I gave everyone 10, 100 rupees. Okay, with 100 rupees to everyone. Okay, so what is happening basically? I give 100 rupees to everyone. So what will happen? They have in total 500 rupees, right? They have 500 rupees with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 500 rupees goes to economy. So what they will go? They will go to a store, pizza store, and then they will demand that we want 5 pizza. So they are demanding 5 pizza. Okay, so what is happening? When they got loan, their purchasing power. Now they can purchase 5 pizza. Okay, this was a scenario. Okay, but now as I can see, this is a normal scenario. Okay, this is a bank that he was giving loan at 10%. So 5 people came and they said we want loan. He gave loan to everyone, and then they went to pizza shop. Then their purchasing power basically was good. Then they went to pizza shop and they purchased. More money came to the economy. Okay. Now basically I can see excess demand is there. Okay. Now I want to correct it. Right. So how am I going to correct it? I am going to increase the rates. So this is the bank. Okay. The first situation, excess demand or the inflation. So what happened? This is the bank. So earlier it was like the rate was 10%. So what I will do when I see that there is excess demand, then I increase the rate to 50%. I said now whoever will be taking loan from me, they have to pay 50% tax, 50% interest rate. So what happened? Everybody was like, oh my god, the interest rate is so high. So only 2 people came to me. Okay, so I gave loan to 2 people. Okay, now basically what is happening? Earlier the 5 people were demanding. So when I increase the rate, when I increase the bank rate, demand basically decreased. Right? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Demand for loan decrease. Earlier, 5 people came for loan, but demand for loan it decreased. Now this is the pizza shop. They will go to pizza. So demand decrease, less money goes to economy, right? Less money goes to economy. And then they will go to pizza shop and then they will demand 2 pizza only. Why? Because they have only 2 rupees. So basically what happened? Their purchasing power got decreased, right? Their purchasing power got decreased, and somehow basically what happened? The problem of excess demand corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now just look at the definition, like how you're going to write. If you want to make it a point, you can make it a point like first point, second point, like this. Or if you want to learn it in paragraph, it's your choice. So the problem is inflation, like excess demand is there. So what happened? Basically, bank rate is increased. As I can see, lot of people are demanding. So what I will do? I will increase the bank rate. Because of this, what will happen? The rate of interest will increase. Earlier, it was 10 rupees, but now it is 50 rupees, right? Then what will happen? It make the credit costlier. Like earlier, taking loan was cheaper. At 10% you can take loan, but now taking loan, taking credit become costlier, right? So what will happen? Basically, the demand for credit reduces. Credit means loans. Okay, as you can see that earlier 5 people came for loan, but now when I increase the bank rate, only 2 people came. So what happened? Demand for credit reduces. So less money goes to economy, and because of that, purchasing power is curtailed. Curtailed means decreased. Okay, earlier they were demanding 5 pizza. Okay, because they have good money. But when I increase the bank rate, then what happened? Their purchasing power is curtailed. Because of this, aggregate demand fall. Okay, aggregate demand fall means earlier 5 people were demanding, but now only 2 people are demanding. And because of this, the problem of excess demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
The whole story is clear that when there was excess demand or there is inflation, so bank rates is increased, and because of this, so what you are going to write? First, you are going to write bank rate is increased. Okay, and because of this, which further increases the rate of interest. Okay, and then it makes the credit costlier. Okay, then demand for credit reduces, less money goes to the economy, purchasing power is curtailed, or you can write decreased, aggregate demand falls, and excess demand is corrected. Clear? If you want to make it up like, if you want to make it like this, that write first line and then second line, then third line, you can, or if you want to make it in paragraph, it's your choice. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, when there is deflation, nobody is demanding. So, ma'am, what we will do at this moment? Nobody is demanding. Okay. Similar the situation. What is the situation? Nobody is demanding. Okay. This is the bank. Nobody. Earlier it was giving at 20%, for example. Nobody was demanding. Right. So, what happened? What I said, I'll decrease the rate. So, I said at 5% rate, I will give you the loans. So many people came. Okay, so many people came. Earlier at 20%, only 2 people were coming, right? And because of this, 2 people were coming, less money was going to economy, and their purchasing power was okay. So now when I decrease the rate, 5 people came. Okay, so what I said, I made the credit cheaper, right? Because of this, demand increases and more money goes to economy. More money will go because more money will go to the economy, and what will happen? Their purchasing power will increase. Okay, when I made the interest rate costlier, then purchasing power was decreasing, right? But here already it is decreased, so we want to increase it now. So more money will go, purchasing power will increase, and because of this, the problem of deficit demand will be corrected. Clear? It is, everything is opposite to whatever we wrote. Now just check it. What is written? See, bank rate is reduced. Over bank rate is increased. Here it decreases the rate of interest. It increases the rate of interest. It decreases. And because when you are going to increase it, your credit is becoming costlier. But now it makes the credit cheaper. DD for credit increase, like DD is demand. Okay, demand for credit increases. More money flows to the system, or in the, you can write more money flows in the economy, or more money goes to the economy. Same thing. Okay, purchasing power increases, aggregate demand rises. Okay, and deficit demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so I hope this story is clear, right? Because exactly you will get the question that if there is inflation, right? How government is going to control, how bank rate will correct it. Okay, so if there is inflation, this is how the problem of excess demand will be corrected. Or if there is deflation, with the help of bank rate or different discount rate, it will be corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you can write it down.
Done, ma'am.
Both the inflation and deflation.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. Now coming to repo rate. Okay. So similarly, when there is inflation, everything will be same. Why? Because it is the only difference is what the only difference? The only difference is that it is for short period of time, that is for long period of time. But the scenario will be same, right? So inflation, when there is inflation, repo rate will increase. Okay. So as repo rate increase, bank are forced to rise the lending rate. So you are going to write exactly the same thing. Okay. That demand for credit reduces, less money goes to economy, purchasing power is curtailed, AD also. Inflation and deflation, you will write everything same. Like exactly whatever you wrote here, just copy it, paste over here. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
I hope you
Like
understand.
same?
Yeah, same to same. Why? Because same to same. See, it as we know that bank rate and repo rate they are same, right? But the only difference is that these this this bank rate is given, like the interest rate is given, loans are given when for long period of time, but here for short period of time. But the scenario will be same. Now you are taking loan, whether you are taking for short period or long period, the process will be same, right? So same to same you have to write.
Okay,
Whatever
ma'am.
you wrote here, just copy it, paste, copy and
Okay.
paste it.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now reverse separate. Okay, so what happens? Reverse separate, you already know what is reverse separate. This is basically the interest rate which central bank gives to the commercial bank. So when there is inflation, so what happens when there is inflation? So what I will do? I will increase the rate, right? Because more people are demanding. So when reverse repo rate is increased, so in inflation I will increase the reverse repo rate. It encourages the commercial bank to park their surplus fund with the central bank. So now basically what happens? See, for example, see, this is a central bank, okay, and this is commercial bank. Earlier it was giving 10% interest rate, okay, but now, so I had 100 rupees, so I just kept only 50 rupees, okay, but now he is giving 20% interest rate. So what I will do, I will deposit all the 100 rupees. Why? Because I am getting 20% interest rate, right? Clear? Yes, Jenna,
What, ma'am?
got it? Clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So inflation is basically when repo rate is increased, it encourages the commercial bank to park. Park means submit. Okay, their surplus fund with the central bank. So as they can see that central bank is giving more interest, so they will keep more money. This has a negative effect on lending capacity of the commercial bank. Demand for credit reduces. Less money goes to the economy. AD falls and excess demand is corrected. Okay. So now, ma'am, what is this? See, for example, this is a commercial bank. Okay, just listen to it very carefully. It is a little bit confusing. He has 100 rupees. Okay, so earlier, see, with this 100 rupees, what he can do? He can either lend it, give loans and all that, or he can keep it with RBI, keep it with RBI or the central bank. Okay, so here, if he will lend it, he will get interest, right? Maybe the person who is going to take the loan, he will pay interest. Plus, if he will deposit his money with RBI, also he will get interest. So, for example, from lending the loans, he is getting 10% interest. And if he will keep the money with RBI, the central bank, he will get 20% interest. So, what will happen, Janab? Tell me, he will give loan or he will deposit?
Loan.
See, if he will give loan, okay, he will get 10% interest over there. Like people will give him 10% interest on loan. Okay. But if he will deposit his money with RBI, so RBI, the central bank, will give 20% loan. So what he will do with the money? He will give it as loan or
Yeah, yeah, deposit
he will
with
deposit. Why?
RBI.
Because the interest rate is high over here. Na? So he will
Yeah.
deposit it. Okay. So when there is excess demand, okay, when there is excess, lots of people are demanding for loans. So at that moment, what central bank do? Central bank basically increases the rate, and because of this, the commercial bank, he don't give loans to people. Okay, he keeps some money as a deposit with the RBI, the central bank. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So basically what happened, this has a negative impact. Negative effect means on the lending capacity of the commercial bank. So now commercial bank is not giving money as a loan, right? So it is basically the negative impact. And now what happened? Demand for credit reduces. Now as he is not giving the loans, so nobody will ask because he's not giving. So demand for credit reduces. Less money goes to economy because this central bank is not giving loans. So less money will be going to economy, and because of this, aggregate demand fall and excess demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And when reverse repo rate is reduced, when there is deflation, nobody is demanding. So what central bank do? Central bank basically decreases its rate. So it become opposite now. Right, it become opposite now. So ma'am, what is opposite? Basically now for 100 rupees, earlier when if the central bank will give loan, or if he'll keep a reserve with central bank, so now he decreased it. Now it is for 5% and it is for 10%. So what will happen? Basically commercial bank will go for loan because the interest rate is high, because the RBI it decrease the interest rate. Okay, so he will go for loan, right? He will give loan. So
Yeah, ma'am.
yes. So when reverse repo rate is reduced, it discourages the commercial bank to park their surplus fund with central bank. Why it discourages? Because he reduced the interest rate. So why I will keep the reserve if I am not getting good interest rate, right? So therefore, lowering reverse repo rate has a positive effect. Positive effect means earlier the central bank was not giving loans, right? But now he will give loans. So that will be positive effect on lending capacity of commercial bank. Because of this, what happens? Demand for borrowing increases from the commercial bank. More money flows to the system, or you can write more money goes to the economy. Purchasing power basically increases, and AD rises, and deficit demand is corrected. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you can write.
Done, ma'am.
Okay, good. Now, open market operation. Okay, so you know open market, either you will sell the things or you will buy it. So, Mariam, sorry, Jana, just tell me, when prices are high, what you will do? You will buy or you will sell?
Sell.
Yes. And when prices are low, you will buy, right? So when there is excess demand means inflation, right? You are going to write inflation. So that means prices are, tell me. When there is inflation, it means prices are high or less.
High.
Yes. So when there is inflation, that means excess demand is there. So prices are high. So what government will do? What central bank will do? He will sell. So what happens? Basically, it is like you are going to either sell the government securities or you are going to purchase it. So government securities are sold by the central bank in open market. Okay. So what happens? The central bank withdraw additional purchasing power. There will be contraction of credit. Less money will go in the system. Purchasing power in the economy reduces. Aggregate demand falls and excess demand stands corrected. Okay. So see. When prices are high, okay, so what is happening basically at that time, when prices are high, then I'm going to sell it. Okay, I'm going to sell it or I'm going to sell it. So for example, these are the people. Okay, these people have 100 rupees with them. So in total they have 300 rupees. So I saw that prices are high, so I went to these people and I just tried to convince them to buy my product. So they all of three agreed. Okay. And what I gave them this product, this, okay. And in return, I took their money. Clear? So what happens basically, earlier they had 300 rupees. So they were demanding to eat 3 pizza. Okay. But now as I took their money, so what is happening basically, their purchasing power is decreased. Now they cannot buy anything. Why? Because they have given their money to me. Right? And because of this, they have less money. Because of this, they have, like you can say, there is less money in the economy. And earlier they were demanding a lot, but now they cannot demand because the excess demand is corrected. Clear? So when government sell, what happens basically, people purchase. So their money goes with the this central bank, right? So what happens? Their purchasing power decreases, and because of this, they don't demand anything. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So we will first write this because we are running out of time. So first write this. Excess demand. Government securities are sold by the central bank in the open market. The central bank withdraws. Withdraws means I take your purchasing power, right? Because I take your money. With your money, I am taking your purchasing power. So there will be contraction of credit. Nobody will demand it. Why? Because they don't have money right now. Less money will flow in the system. Purchasing power in the economy reduces. Aggregate demand falls and excess demand stands corrected. Okay, clear? So write it down quickly.
Yes, ma'am.
Done, Jenna?
Yeah, ma'am. I'm just writing the last.
Okay.